Level 1. The Lookout. You are 14 years old. You stand on the corner of Delmar and Ninth every afternoon from 3 to 7. You watch. That is the whole job. You watch and you whistle. The man who hired you is named Cisco. He is 22. He drives a white Impala and smells like Irish Spring and gun oil. He pays you $40 a night in cash. He tells you not to spend it all in one place. You spend it all in one place. Your income is $40 a night. Some nights $50 if it is busy. Some nights nothing if Cisco does not show. The risk is low. You are a juvenile. You know this. Cisco knows this. That is the point. The intense scene happens on a Thursday. A car you do not recognize slows at the far end of the block. It idles for 11 seconds. You count. You whistle 3 short times like you were told. The corner clears in under a minute. The car drives away. Nothing happens. But Cisco finds you the next morning and says you did good. He hands you $60 and a burner phone. He says he will be in touch. You do not sleep that night. Not because you are scared, because you are not. The pressure is thin at this level. It sits just under your ribs. Small, manageable. A vibration, not a weight. Level 2. The Runner. 3 months later, Cisco gives you a job that involves moving. You carry packages from one address to another. You never open them. You were told what happens to people who open them. You do not open them. Your income jumps to $300 a week. Cash. Always cash. You keep it in a shoebox under your bed. Your mother asks where you got new shoes. You say a friend. She looks at you for a moment. Then she goes back to the television. The risk is moderate now. You are 15. The juvenile threshold still protects you, but only barely. Cisco has explained the math. If you get caught with product on you, you get processed and released. If you get caught twice, they start building a file. You do not get caught. The intense scene happens in an alley behind a tire shop on Morrison. You are delivering a package to a man named Teeth. He is called this because he has very few. Teeth takes the package and then looks at you for a long time without saying anything. He says you look like someone he used to know. He says that person is dead now. He takes the package inside. You walk home the long way. You do not think about what he said. You think about it for the next 6 years. The pressure builds slightly. You start checking your phone before you check anything else in the morning. You start noticing cars you do not recognize. You start cataloging faces. This becomes automatic. You do not realize it is happening until it already has. Level 3. Enforcement. You are 16 when Cisco introduces you to a man named Dre. Dre is not a nickname. That is his full name on his birth certificate. Dre runs a crew of 6. He is looking for someone young who is calm. Cisco says you are calm. Dre watches you for 2 weeks before he says a single word to you. Then one afternoon he says, "You ever hit anybody?" You have. 3 times. Twice with your hands. Once with a wrench. You tell him this without flinching. He nods. He tells you to show up at the warehouse on Teller Street at 9 the following Wednesday. You show up at 8:40. Your income is now $1,200 a week. You also receive bonuses. Bonuses are not discussed in advance. They arrive in envelopes. The risk is serious. You are no longer just a body on a corner. You are now a person who does things that cannot be undone. You understand this. You file it somewhere and move on. The intense scene happens in the basement of a house on Granville. A man who owes money has been brought there. He is zip-tied to a metal chair. He is crying. You are told to make him stop. Not crying, owing. You make him stop owing. You do not look at his face while you work. You look at the wall. There is a child's drawing taped to the cinder block. A house with yellow windows. A sun with a smiley face. You focus on the sun. When it is over, you walk upstairs and eat a sandwich. You do not think about the drawing for several years. Then one day you think about it constantly. The pressure is now a presence in the room with you at all times. You sleep 4 to 5 hours a night. You wake up mid-sentence. Level 4. Mid-level operator. You are 19. Dre is gone. He caught a federal charge and took it without talking. You inherit his position by default. No ceremony, no conversation. You simply show up and the 6 men look at you and you look back, and that is the transition. You now manage supply, personnel, and territory. You interface directly with a regional distributor named Vega. Vega is 41. He speaks in complete sentences and never raises his voice. Your income is between $8,000 and $14,000 a month. It fluctuates based on volume. You learn to read the fluctuations like weather. The risk is structural now. You are no longer a single exposure. You are a network of exposures. Any one of your 6 men could flip. Vega has told you this directly. He has told you to rotate personnel every 90 days and to never discuss specifics by phone. You follow both instructions obsessively. The intense scene happens on a Tuesday night in November. One of your men, a 23-year-old named Ricky, who you have known since 3rd grade, is working with the police. You find this out from Vega, who found it out from someone he does not name. You are given 24 hours to resolve it. You sit in your car outside Ricky's apartment for 3 hours. You watch his light come on at 11. You watch his shadow move across the curtain. You think about 3rd grade. You think about the lunch table and the handball wall and the time he gave you his jacket when yours was stolen. You make a call. Someone else resolves it. You do not ask how. You do not ask where. Ricky's number goes unanswered starting Wednesday morning. You delete his contact. You do not add a new one in its place. The pressure has a texture now. It is not fear exactly. It is the constant calculation of every variable in every room at every moment. It never stops. Even in sleep, some part of your brain is still running the numbers. Level 5. City Control. You are 24. Vega introduces you to a man whose name you are not told. You call him Senor in conversation. He calls you by your last name only. You meet him 4 times in 3 years. Each meeting is in a different city. You now control distribution across the entire metropolitan area. 14 zones, 60-plus personnel. Supply arrives twice monthly through a route you know only in fragments. No single person knows the entire route. This is by design. Your income is between $60,000 and $90,000 a month. You move it through a car wash, 2 restaurants, and a small construction company. An accountant named Patricia handles the details. You pay her twice the market rate. She asks no questions. The risk is systemic. There are at least 2 federal task forces operating in the city at any given time. You know this because you pay someone inside the department. Not directly, through Patricia. The intense scene happens at one of your restaurants. A man approaches you while you are eating. He is plainclothes law enforcement. He sits down across from you without being invited. He places a folder on the table. Inside are photographs. They are of you. Various locations, various dates. He slides one photograph toward you and says, "We've been at this for 8 months." He then says that he is not there to arrest you. He is there because he wants a conversation. He leaves his number on a napkin. You eat the rest of your meal. You do not touch the napkin. A busboy clears it. You watch him throw it in the trash. You do not sleep for 31 hours. The pressure is now constant physiological interference. Your hands shake on some mornings. Your vision tunnels in crowded rooms. You have not been to a doctor in 4 years. You will not go. The file they open becomes a liability. Level 6. State Control. You are 28. Senor is arrested in a third country and extradited. The organization does not collapse. You are contacted by a man above Senor. He tells you to hold the line. You hold the line. You absorb 2 adjacent territories during the reorganization. You are now responsible for operations across 3 major cities and 11 secondary markets. Your income exceeds $400,000 a month at peak. Patricia has been replaced by a team of 3. 2 of them are lawyers. One of them is a former federal auditor. The risk is now measured in years, not incidents. Every decision you make has a tail on it. You are aware that you are being documented from multiple directions at all times. You assume every room is compromised. You communicate through intermediaries using a system of coded language built by a man whose name you will never say aloud. The intense scene happens during a supply disruption. 16 days without product reaching the northern zone. Your distributor in that zone, a man named Calvo, begins making arrangements with a competing supply source. You learn about this on a Thursday. By Sunday, the competing source has ceased to operate. Calvo is brought to a location outside the city. You are not present. You were at a charity dinner that night. You shake hands with a city councilwoman. You eat salmon. You drink water. You check your phone once under the table. 1 message. 1 word. Done. You put the phone back in your pocket. You thank the councilwoman for her work on youth programs. She says the city needs more supporters like you. You tell her you believe in giving back. The pressure is no longer localized in your body. It has become your entire operating environment. You trust no one living. You miss no one dead. Level 7. Cartel Structure. You are 31. The organization above you formally integrates your operation into its supply chain. You are given a title that does not exist on paper. You are now responsible for a supply corridor that crosses 2 international borders. You manage relationships with governments, enforcement agencies, and competing organizations simultaneously. Your income is nominal. You do not think in monthly figures anymore. You think in assets. Properties in 4 countries. Accounts routed through 11 institutions across 3 continents. A financial architecture so complex that even your team of lawyers can only see their own section of it. The risk is existential. You are now a target not only of domestic law enforcement, but of foreign intelligence services, rival organizations, and occasionally your own structure. You have survived 2 attempts. The first you did not know about until afterward. The second you knew about 40 minutes before it happened. You were 3 blocks away when the vehicle detonated. The intense scene happens at a compound outside the city. A man who sits above you in the structure arrives unannounced with 8 armed men. He sits across from you at a long table. He tells you that there is a problem with the accounting. He slides a document towards you. The figures are wrong. You know they are wrong because you made them wrong. A test. He is watching your face. You look at the document. You tell him you will have it corrected within 48 hours. He watches you for a moment. Then he nods. He leaves. You sit at the table for 22 minutes after he goes. Your hands are completely still. This surprises you. The paranoia is now structural. It is built into every system you maintain. It does not feel like fear anymore. It feels like atmosphere, like gravity. It is simply the condition of existing at this level. You stopped asking whether you could leave approximately 3 years ago. You already know the answer. Level 8. The end. You are 33. It does not happen the way you planned for it to happen. You planned for everything except the one thing. The one thing is always the one thing you did not plan for. A man who has worked for you for 6 years agrees to a deal. You do not know which man. Not at first. You know later, when it is too late for the information to be useful. The morning of the arrest, you wake at 5:15. You make coffee. You look out the window at the street below. A car is parked across the road. A man inside it reads a newspaper. You watch him for 40 seconds. The newspaper does not move. You know. You drink the coffee anyway. You make 2 calls. Neither is answered. You sit down. You wait. They come at 6:04. 12 of them. Federal. They are not rough. They are efficient. They move through the apartment with the practiced calm of people who have done this many times. A man in a blue jacket reads you your rights. His voice is even, almost bored. You say nothing. You have said nothing to law enforcement since the age of 15, and you will say nothing now. The trial takes 14 months. The documentation is extensive. The testimony is detailed. Your team of lawyers operates at maximum capacity. None of it is sufficient. The case is built over 9 years. 9 years of photography, financial analysis, wiretaps, informants, and one 6-year associate who agreed to a deal. You receive 47 years. Federal. No parole eligibility for the first 30. The courtroom is quiet when the sentence is read. You look at the judge for exactly 2 seconds. Then you look at the middle distance. You do not look at the gallery. You already know who is there. You already know who is not. The cell is 7 feet by 9 feet. The walls are concrete block painted yellow. There is a window with reinforced glass. Through it, you can see a rectangle of sky. Some mornings it is gray. Some mornings it is pale blue. 11 secondary markets, $40 a. 11 secondary markets, $40 a night.
They smell okay. Maybe they're
3 short whistles. On the second morning, a corrections officer slides a tray through the slot at the bottom of the door. You sit up. You look at the tray. You look at the ceiling. You look at the wall. There is nothing on the wall. No drawings, no yellow windows, no sun with a smiley face. You think about the sun with a smiley face. You have not thought about it in a long time. You think about it for the rest of the morning.
No, it's not.
Then you think about a corner. Delmar and Ninth. 3 to 7, $40. A white Impala. A man named Cisco, who is 22 years old and smells like Irish Spring and gun oil. Somewhere right now, there is a kid on that corner. He is 14. He is watching. He is waiting for a car he does not recognize to slow at the far end of the block. He is counting. 1, 2, 3.